Yo, what's up guys, Sarko here for another Dragonball Legends video. Is back, time to go back free again with another tier list here for mid-February. With the release of the Legend Vegito, we definitely have a lot of changes here in the meta. So we're gonna start here as always. I don't own every single character here on this list. So there will be units I can only judge based on fighting against them in PvP. And I don't have any character here at 14 stars, so it's mostly like up to 4 to 8 stars, 10 stars, that's the range. Sometimes I have units, so could be that you have better experience with the unit because you have higher stars than I do. Now, with that out of the way, we're gonna start here with number 10, and that is Mini Super Saiyan 3 Vegeta. If you guys saw my first tier list with this guy on the list, I said he reminds me a lot about of Super Vegeta, when he released back in the day. Now this Vegeta is not as bad as him, but I think now it shows more and more why I have seen this resemblance, because when it comes to teams, Daima is nowhere to be found. He doesn't fit on Daima. He was not what Daima needed at all. The color is fine, I would say, because if the 3 teams that you would probably run him is Vegeta Clan, Saiyans, Daima. Yellow for Vegeta Clan and Daima was fine, Saiyans is whatever. But he doesn't actually fulfill anything that these team needed. Daima needed I would say a character that works better with him. He needed definitely a second life mechanic, because they only have Super Saiyan 4 Daima Goku, the blue one, as their safety with this guy. If he had endurance or revival, which I would have preferred, then we had 2 second life mechanics on Daima, which is what the team needed. And the same goes to Vegeta Clan. You can't have this guy as your only second life mechanic unit anymore, especially now we see the individual issues more with the double GT Ultras declining in the meta, which was his best team. You know, he has to perform more better individually, and you can tell that he's not doing that well. The fact that he does have card draw speed is hurting this guy a lot. And having to need full unique gauge and a green card just to get double card draw speed for only 10 time accounts that can be cancelled, that is not permanent, is pretty damn bad. This character has no immunity to cost increase or card destruction or key reduction. So one disrupt with like minus card draw speed, this guy doesn't do anything. He can't combo at all. He can't tank well. His disrupt is for most units like pretty much irrelevant. I'm pretty sure if you're gonna look quickly at Vegito even, I think on his full unique gauge he might be immune to key reduction, which is pretty damn bad for this character. Actually, no, okay, he isn't, but so far I have noticed for myself when I'm using Vegeta and fighting this guy, there will be moments where I fill my gauge and I would be like, okay, I guess I've stopped Vegeta's combo, and he's like, keep going, keep going. Characters like Gohan as well, because they're getting key on their unique gauge, sometimes they would just pop his thing and the combo doesn't stop at all. Buhan on release type ignores his gauge completely. Kid Buu can just completely annihilate this guy. Vegeta as well, because he has no buff removal, he has no, and Vegeta has like a type neutral ultimate on full release gauge. This guy can't do anything against the best units in the game. However, the fact that he's a yellow character, which we don't have a lot of, as well as he has uncancelable endurance on Rush and on Overdrive, can help against Vegito. So I see a bit of value, especially because Super Saiyan 4 Goku is not run in the meta anymore. I see a bit of value in this guy, but I think he was not designed very well. This is a perfect example of why we need characters that need to be built around their team. This is a character that is just, he has a clear function of drawing blues, doing insane balloon damage and everything. Or I would say his blue damage isn't even the best in the game. he has a purpose, we understand the purpose, but it doesn't cooperate well with the units that he's on these teams. Like I said, Daima, he doesn't work well on Daima, he doesn't work well on Vegeta Clan. I mean, Vegeta Clan is okay at best, but they needed more, they needed different stuff, and this guy is not fulfilling the role. And with him not being able to stop any unit, tank anything, it's just very sad. Only reason he's making number 10 even is because I don't think there are a lot of other units that are really relevant or contribute much. Otherwise I would have even dropped this guy off the list here. Yeah, but this is Super Saiyan 3 Vegeta at number 10. This will probably one of the longest explanations I have to give for this guy, because I personally have a deep issue with this character. I'm a Vegeta Clan main, so I wanted to talk about my concerns with this guy, and I had to explain a bit more his placement. Now to number 9, and I would even drop number 8 right with them, because I wasn't really sure where to place them, but I decided to put Goku at 9 and Super Saiyan 4 Vegeta at 8. This was a very difficult decision on who is number 9 and number 8. As I already said, the GT duo is declining a lot. The best teams in the game do insane amounts of damage to these guys, and they can't really handle it, especially Vegeta, now being obviously far older than Super Saiyan 4 Goku is, having less damage guard. Vegito and Gohan and Buhan, all of them destroy this guy pretty bad. Especially Vegito, this guy could just free cut him and pop his endurance. That's how much damage Vegito does, and that's how frail Vegeta is. Vegeta, however, has the better color of the two, I would say, because Goku being green and Vegeta being purple, you get it. Kid Buu having type neutral against Goku while not against Vegeta, and Kid Buu is like the second most hardest hitting unit in the game, is also bad for Goku. And I also think outside of GT, Vegeta is better than Goku is. Vegeta has an argument to be okay on Vegeta Clan. Like, you can run in theory this trio. It's okay at best, it's nothing crazy, but it's at least a team you could run if you don't have any options. And this guy on Storm Family doesn't have endurance, he doesn't have the subcom manipulation, and if Vegito catches him one time without type neutral, he could be dying very quickly. So this is why I had like a very tough time deciding who is the better unit of the two. Obviously Super Saiyan 4 Goku being the better unit individually, but I think right now, because of Vegito's presence and this guy not being able to defend himself well against him, puts him a bit lower for me. That's just my opinion. He's also more tied to GT than this guy is to GT. I have also thought about running this trio, but the thing is, Vegeta is not good enough to really cover the yellow that this team needs. Like, this guy could be in and Vegeta goes for an ultimate with full release type. None of these guys could really deal with that. You would have to sack somebody, and Vegeta... You guys see the problem with this. So, this is where I put these two. They can do good damage still. It's not that their damage has fallen off. It's not like his disrupt has fallen off. His disrupt is very good against Vegito, but it's also the fact of Vegito has ways to force throw blues. Worst case scenario, getting hit by a blue card. He's taking insane amounts of damage. Vegeta as well. You can't really throw any one of these guys into a Vegito combo. If this guy gets hit by Kid Buu locked in, you don't have very much options. So this is why I put these guys that low. I don't see them a lot in PvP at all. In fact, like maybe 2 times at best. And it's usually quick work with Vegito at the team that he's ran on. So yeah, this is why they are at number 8 and 9. I think they're still making the top 10, but they are like right now, from all the teams you could run, arguably the worst. So moving now to number 7, where I was also not certain where I should put him exactly, and that's Gogeta. Gogeta gets obviously also hurt by Vegito because he's a green character, as well as having very bad defenses, being off the boost system. This is very important. However, he has a team argument with fusions, with Gotenks and Vegito, so he has some reasonable options to be ran, as well as having endurance null on entry can help you with the green card against Vegeta as well, or Kid Buu, for example. You could just use your green card and lock increase the sub counts on Kid Buu and Rush, for example. This is a great thing Vegeta can do. He can do still good damage. Like, Vegeta's not like the tankiest character ever, so you could with Gogeta have some moments where you could kill Vegeta off with an, like I say, overdrive type neutral with a green card. But he obviously gets insanely hurt. But I think he has more value than these guys have because he works better with the best characters in the game. You can run him again. You can run with Vegito. You could run him with Gohan better than you could put these two guys or this Vegeta here. So this is why I put him at number 7. Obviously got hurt quite a bit. And if it wasn't for the synergy with Vegito, I would even say he would fall far lower because he's just a purple character with no second life. If you don't have a 2-time Zenkai buff, he gets hit by a type advantage, ultimate or a blue card, he could be one-shot by Vegito. He gets pretty much hurt by Kid Buu as well. Kid Buu can just really destroy this guy if you don't pay attention. Similar to this guy even. So yeah, Gogeta at number 7. Number 6, I have Orange Piccolo. He also gets hurt by Vegito because he's a green character. He has revival, so he doesn't. You can throw him into an ultimate unless some other units who have endurance, for example, if they don't have any buff removal. At least this guy can survive guaranteed with revival, but he could also die really fast, losing his revival if you don't pay attention because Vegito just does so much damage. However, I think he still can't regen. This is the biggest reason he's on the list. He has, again, providing greens, providing support, disrupting is still good. His damage is still, I would say, very solid. Obviously, he has now a purple character to worry about, so he can just, like before, just come in, do damage, because, you know, Vegito can just come in and eat those hits. He also have a lot of type neutral, I think only on the main ability, which I don't know if it even can get cancelled. I can quickly check this to make sure, because I'm not certain about that one. We're going to regen real quick and look at Orange Piccolo here. Post-transformation. Does he have uncancel type neutral on? No, it's not cancelable. It's not uncancelable. So if you go for a blue card against Vegito, he could just buff remove with this, and you don't have to type neutral anymore. So, but he's still solid. This is why I put him number 6. He's a bit safer to run than Gogeta is, as well as running well with, you know, the double Buu characters. So yeah, keeping at number 6 here, and then moving to number 5, which I didn't think this gonna happen. I put in Gotenks here at number 5 actually. This guy has impressed me as a 1% Zenkai a lot. He is working well with most of the best characters in the game. You can run with Gohan, you can run with Vegito, even with Buuhan. You could, for example, run Buuhan leader slot, then with Vegito and Gotenks. He provides a Zenkai buff to Buuhan, and you can then do a Fusion Warrior bench. He has Endurance Null on entry, which is very helpful against other Vegetos. If you want to, you know, strike attack, overdrive, stuff like that. Against Kid Buu especially, you can come in, go for a blue card. If he doesn't have type neutral, you could potentially kill this guy with Endurance Null or overdrive or even rushes. So very important tool. His blue card fainting can win you matches sometimes. I had like, if you guys saw my, I think it was my first video with the tag Goku and Vegeta, or Vegito, I'm not sure. I got fainted like 3 times in every single fight I fought Gotenks. I got fainted, and it killed some of my characters even. So Gotenks has insane value that he works with the other characters that are the best in the game. He is type neutral defensively for the whole time he is transforming, so he's not a Gohan victim. You really have to pay attention that you just get your transformation on before he takes any damage, because before transformation he's considerably frail, so keep that in mind. But I think for what he provides, also providing green cards for the team, and again, which force loss blue cards, which hits hard, he does good damage. Having a long range blue is also very good against Buuhan, because if you, for example, you're a long ranger, this guy goes for a blast card or strike cancel, you go for your blue card, you're getting free damage off this guy without popping his counter gauges. So I think the value for Gotenks is insanely high. They did a really good job with this Zenkai, also giving him a proper Z ability, which I think they should have done way sooner. I mean, we have a character like Blue Dabura that still doesn't have much in Blue Saga as a Z ability, which should have been the case. Or like Yellow Frieza, the yellow 1% sparking Frieza that we first got into the game doesn't have a Z ability update, which should have been the case, but at least they're starting now. So yeah, Gotenks at number 5 here. I think this is a very good addition to the game, as well as only having to deal with one blue character. So yeah. Number 4, Buhan. Yeah, Buhan has gained a lot of value with the last things we've got, like with Kid Buu, Vegito now as well. Yeah, I still think he can sometimes be very frail, and therefore die quickly if you don't pay attention. Like, and he has no second life mechanic, so that's a risk for this character. But I think with having access to regen, with having access to like Buu Saga technically, with Vegito and these two, I've sometimes seen Gotenks, Gohan and Buhan leader slot. I don't know how good that is. I mean, you're getting a Zenkai buff guaranteed on that one, so and then you can make a hybrids build. Very annoying team to kill sometimes because of his counters, and then you have Gohan. So Buhan definitely has the teams. He definitely has the offensive powers to be in the top 5 at this point. I think I had did I have a number 5 or number 6 last tier list? I'm not sure about that one anymore, but yeah, he's doing fine. Sometimes again can be, let's just say, fraudish a bit, but not most of the time. If you're playing this guy correctly and keep his counters for a long time, you can build this character up pretty well. I still think his biggest issue is like catch it if you get caught by Gohan sometimes. I don't know how he deals with like Vegito Ultimate. I don't know if he just straight up get one shot by this. I haven't gotten in a situation necessarily. But at lower stars, I think if you're getting caught by Vegito Ultimate, you're probably dying. Or blue Gohan blue card, but yeah, he's solid. He's definitely good. I think this is one of the better Ultras they have released because he's not as toxic. I know the counter gadgets in combination with the green card can be very strong, but he therefore is easier to kill than most of these Ultras we had before. So I would say so. Yeah, Buhan at number 4. Now coming to the top 3, where I have the biggest issue to decide here. I'm just gonna pull all these 3 characters up because it's obvious who the 3 are. Now quickly, before to mention this, Buhan, why he is good, as I said, doesn't make the cut to be one of the potential best character in the game, in my opinion. Again, sometimes he has fright issues. He's definitely also the only one with not a second life mechanic. Which also, and he doesn't have like an anti-rush / ultimate mechanic, so in other words, he's the easiest one to kill. That's one thing. I also think his 1v3 potential is the worst out of these 4 units, which I consider a big factor here. Because I would say these 3 guys have the best 1v3 potential. Both Buhan with the long range green can, and the counter gauges can have some 1v3 scenarios, but it's a lot harder. He doesn't have any way to regain Vanish at all. So if this guy loses Vanish once, if you don't have like a counter gauge, the moment your enemy can attack you, you pretty much cannot do anything. So now to the top 3, again, really hard decision right here. I would quickly talk about the things I had in mind when I thought about this unit. Kid Buu, second hardest hitting character in the game, I would say. I think Vegito hits harder because he has a higher damage cut ban on his strike cards, and if you're playing in strike focus, you're mostly using strikes. Kid Buu has blast damage cut on blast as well, so that helps him a lot. He's the best answer to Vegito, that's pretty obvious. He's pretty much the only yellow you see even. And the lock and blue card very strong against Vegito. Ultimate hits hard. But I would also say, and that's something that can be a nuisance to him. He has only Carbonal on the green card, which is sometimes even very detrimental. If you're fighting, for example, Vegito, and you enter the battlefield, you can't just go for a green card because he would just block it and your combo stops, and if he gets priority, then yeah, horrible for you. You don't have any Carbonal entry, which means then if you're trying to use normal cards and you get cover change, it's also a bit annoying. And the last thing for Kid Buu that's a bit negative is the red characters. He doesn't have type neutral offensively in his entire kit. So if you're fighting a Buuhan, you have not a lot of things you can do. You're way more reliant on other units dealing with Buuhan than for you. Or sometimes even Gotenks, because Gotenks is, I would say, quite tanky for Kid Buu to deal with sometimes. Which I cannot necessarily say for the other two. Gohan is by far the easiest way to deal with green characters, and Vegito has like his 2 type neutral ultimates that he could throw that are hitting extremely hard. So this is the things for Kid Buu in my mind. Vegito, highest hitting character in the game. I don't think this is that's even up to debate. The 30% damage cut pen on his strike cards is insane, and full release type drawing cards, which gives you more damage and everything, is insanely good. I also have to mention this for Kid Buu. He only has 2 times of Vanish Regain on the blue card, which is also hurting a bit this 1v3 potential. Because late game, if you probably would have used up to 2 blue cards, you get no Vanish anymore. So also, he has long combos, but once you lose your Vanish, you could get in a situation where you get, you know, hit. Vegito has the most time able to get, you know, Vanish back because his green card has unlimited amount of times of Vanish regaining, as far as I remember. Where is it? Yeah. Oh no, it's up to 3 times. Okay, then good that I looked at that up. But again, it's still useful. Also, which is really crazy, is again the type neutral ultimate that is uncancelable type neutral is the hardest hitting ultimate probably in the game, and this means if you don't have a character before on the battlefield who has like buff removal and then you switch an endurance unit in, you're most likely one-shotting somebody. So this is very strong, but I would say the biggest weakness for Vegito is number 1, his defenses / disruption isn't the greatest, which I'm glad it is that way, by the way. And second, then Kid Buu can destroy this guy, and I would also say Gohan can destroy this guy, but Kid Buu, if you're losing your, I think, what is it, 3 time accounts of type neutral on entry? I'm glad that I have the kit open here, but yeah, you have 5 seconds where you have uncancelable type neutral. Once that is gone and Kid Buu goes for like the type neutral Buu, you're taking a lot of damage. Vegito doesn't have like that much higher defenses than Buuhan, so keep that in mind. He has endurance, which helps him, as well as buff removal, so he's not like easily killed. But this is a weakness I would say for Vegito that exists. And then Gohan, honestly, I think the biggest issue for Gohan in comparison to the other 3 stackers is he doesn't have the greatest defenses in comparison. Like, these 2 guys can shred Gohan really hard, but Gohan can do also quite a lot of damage to these guys. It's like, when it comes to dealing damage to other units, these 3 don't really take away much. Like, Vegito has the higher damage for sure, but it's not like Gohan can't do any damage to Vegito. Vegito gets also quite a bit hurt by Gohan, and I would even say that's for Kid Buu. I think Gohan is the better, like, having everything unit, because he's supporting, healing sometimes, and also having insane damage. And what helps with Gohan, I would say far more, is that you don't see as many greens anymore. Like, because of Vegito being everywhere run, it's not common to like run into Gogeta necessarily. And if you're fighting Gogeta, he can very much get violated a lot. And I think what's also a factor is that Gohan, if we quickly look at, if I can find him, I think, as far as I remember, and this is also very important, he has type neutrality on the blue card, but I think this is every single time and not limited, which is the endurance null he has here. The Vanish regaining is 2 times, but he has also Vanish regain before revival, so he has like maybe what 4 to 5 times of Vanish removal. Type neutral every single time on the blue card, so he has by far the most consistent way of dealing with green characters because he can get so many blue cards, and he force drawing a lot of green cards thanks to his unique gauge thing. So yeah, offensively, these are the 3 best characters in the game. I don't think Buhan is touching these 3 at all. But the order is very difficult. This is why I'm have to basically make my decision right here. I'm going to put Kid Buu as number 3. I'm gonna put Gohan at number 2, and I put Vegeta at number 1. I think you can change again. This is a very hard decision. I didn't want to make a shirt spot this time, but this is what I'm going with. I think Vegeta just does too much damage. It can deal with these 2 also very well. And the thing is, his type neutral ultimate, you really can't stop this. The best options you have is throwing a revival character in, or having someone with buff removal before in, and then switching an endurance character in. Those are like the 2 ways you can survive that thing. I think Kid Buu, the fact that he does have type neutral offensively, is hurting this guy the most, as well as him having no type cover null outside of the green card. I would say are 2 big things in considering disordering why I put in at number 3. He has the damage, he has the 1v3 potential, everything, but but it's just the thing, if you're facing Buhan or Gotenks, you really can't do much with this guy. While this guy, if you're facing Gohan, type neutral blue card. You have that against Orange Piccolo, and this guy is also not having the greatest defenses, so sometimes you don't even need a type neutral blue from Gohan, you just can pummel this guy. Like, I have my 7-star Gogeta, like, if Gohan just comes in and uses strikes, Gogeta is not tanking this, so... And these are like the only 2 green units you see a lot in the meta. As well as these 2 working together. I see a lot of Gohan Vegito comms, and it's very hard-hitting team that I would say is just, yeah, crazy to think about. Yeah, Vegito, again, I think the highest damage in the game. Nothing comes close. He has Vanish regaining. He is defensively, obviously, vulnerable, which is a good thing, because otherwise he would be far too beyond the best character in the game. Like, again, these characters can deal with Vegito. There are ways to deal with Vegito, but he has the highest damage, he has the highest hitting ult. I'm putting it at 1 here. You can change this around. I would not put Kid Buu at number 1, personally. I think it's just a type neutral offensive thing in cover null. If you had cover null on entry and type neutral on the, like, if you had type neutral on the ultimate, this would change a lot. So, but these are really just minor negatives I'm calling here, because I have to be that, otherwise I can't really decide who's the best character out of these 3 here. But it's really not a big factor, and I'm glad that this character isn't a perfect character as well as Vegito, because I don't want perfect characters in the game. Gohan is a perfect character, but I would say it's the fact that he released a bit sooner, so he has a bit less damage guard, and also I would say once this PvP season's over, he's off boost then, which would definitely drop him down because the defenses will be worse. But yeah, this is the top 10. Moving to the honorable mentions here I have on the list here. Not really much to talk about. I will talk about you last probably. I just have UI here because potential yellow you could use if you want to throw in like a blast god key-ish setup. It's not really a thing. But the fact that I would say he can have good value against Vegito, because Vegito can't do much against a lock-in against this guy. If you have like if you're like mid game and you have like a half HP and UI comes in as still his main ability, you have a very good shot at just killing Vegito with normal blast cards. So this is insane value, but there's not really a team that he's really ran on, so that's why he's here. Namek Goku, also here because you could potentially run in with Vegito, but nothing crazy. He doesn't have the defenses, like Vegito can just tear this guy apart, Kid Buu can annihilate this guy, Gohan can destroy this guy, Buuan can destroy this guy, so... Then, Goku and Hit. You would think them being purple could be like, okay, running with Vegito, but I have tried them again before and again, and I just think the defenses are, first of all, not doing it. Like, Gohan destroys them, Vegito nukes them, Buuan can destroy them, Kid Buu can destroy the hit side. It's not really that well. Gotenks can sometimes be a nuisance to them as well because of endurance null. I tried it, I don't just see them in the top 10. I don't see a good team with them. I guess you can run in with Vegito, but it's a question of do you really need to, and the answer is not really. Future Gohan could make an argument for hybrids, I guess, or maybe Gohan with Vegito together, giving Vegito more buffs, but he also dies very quickly, so I'm not gonna really put him here. Android 13 could be sometimes support a character for your teams. They're not of lot of Green's characters, you have to worry, but he's just not really that core on any team. And then the new 1% Goku and Hit, where I think, generally speaking, I think they're solid. Great, I would say their offenses are, I would say, good. I think the lock-in can be very valuable for like lock-in rushes sometimes. Especially with a combination of these two guys, like you could lock Vegito in with by the attack switch and then switch to this guy and rush, and if you not getting guessed, you kill Vegito guaranteed. So this is a strong thing they add, but the thing is their defenses are not that good, and the second thing, which is also a bigger issue, is they don't have a great team. Like the best team I can think of with them is Vegeta Clan right now, and I'm gonna tell you guys right now, this team defensively is not good. I mean, not good, I mean horrible. Vegito alone could just destroy this entire team. You are reliant on Vegeta tanking hits, and once this guy pops an ultimate against this guy, you're killing anybody. So they don't have really, I don't know what even the thought process was with them, like in terms of where do you run them. I don't know what the Legends devs were thinking, like what is supposed to be the team. Would have been less an issue if this guy has like buff removal and endurance, because then this team would be a lot better, but it is what it is. But I think they're solid. They could, I think they deserve to be mentioned here. They're not a bad character, but not good enough to really have an impact. So yeah, this is my top 10, guys. Let me know what you guys think. Let me know what you guys think about the top 3 especially. How would you place them and why? And see you guys in the next video.